My name is Logan Beck. I'm a senior at the University of South Carolina in the College of Social Work. My field placement is at Mission Lexington. Mission Lexington is a crisis-based ministry that provides assistance for residents of Lexington County. As an intern, there are many different duties that I have the opportunity to perform. It is important to use professional behavior when interacting with clients. At Mission Lexington, we have the opportunity to work firsthand with clients at the greeter and interviewer positions. At both of these positions, clients are likely to become upset. When they do, I keep my professional demeanor and try to diffuse the situation as professionally as possible. Situations that could cause clients to become upset are when they are told we are not able to assist them for whatever reason, or possibly because they need more documentation before we can help. After interacting with upset clients, I discuss these difficult situations in supervision in order to receive feedback and advice for the future. In order to provide services fairly to all clients, it is important to recognize and manage personal values before practicing. In order to do this, if I have a personal opinion towards a client based on a prior interaction, I will pass the application on to a coworker to ensure the client gets all the services they deserve based on facts alone. It is also important to tolerate ambiguity in resolving ethical conflict. At Mission Lexington as an intern, I am able to conduct an interview for a financial request. However, before the interview is over, I must bring in my task supervisor to make the ultimate decision. Some of the decisions she makes do not follow the standard procedures and guidelines at Mission Lexington. She does have the authority to do that. As an intern, I have to trust her decisions and learn for future situations that may be similar. At Mission Lexington, I was able to sit in on interviews conducted by more experienced personnel prior to conducting an interview on my own. During these interviews, I was able to observe and learn the process, as well as have some exposure to possible situations that I may encounter. While I was observing, I was able to see effective oral and written communication in working with individuals and families. Now that I am performing independent interviews, I can mirror the same skills that I learned from observing. Communication effectiveness is increased with comfortability. Comfortability is increased because we are able to move at our own pace. At Mission Lexington, we see a very diverse population of people. At the start of this internship, it was important for me to identify personal biases about the population I was to serve. Initially, I thought I would see a lot of people in the same types of situations, and we do. However, there are many different circumstances that bring people into Mission Lexington, especially because it is a crisis ministry. There have been hardships that I never imagined people would be going through, and it is even more eye-opening to know that it is going on locally. The criteria for financial assistance at Mission Lexington is pretty specific. You have to be a Lexington County resident, you have to have had a recent crisis, and you have to be sustainable moving forward. Many clients do not understand the crisis element of the criteria. A crisis could be an unexpected expense, a death in the family, the loss of a job, or something like that that can be proven. Based on the criteria, many clients are unable to be helped by Mission Lexington. However, we do our best to point our clients in the right direction with other resources. The other organizations do not have the same criteria, so many clients are able to receive assistance from other organizations in the area. At Mission Lexington, the financial assistance is available through certain grants. It is my responsibility to follow up with families who have received financial assistance through a school-based grant. I reach out to the family every 30 days for a span of 6 months. When I reach out, I basically ask how they've been doing and the progress they have made since receiving the grant. As I conduct the follow-up, I make proper documentation and then report the findings to my task supervisor. From there, we decide if there is any other way to help the family if needed, and we can also make adjustments to the assistance we give future families for improved outcomes. When conducting an interview, especially if it's for a financial request, an important aspect is to gather an understanding of the client's income and expenses. In order to do this, the client first fills out the portion of the application, and then we discuss it in the interview together. There is a spreadsheet to plug the numbers in for a calculation at the end to either show a surplus or a shortage each month. A lot of the times, it is helpful to use the systems theory in order to understand the client's finances and how everything pieces together. However, the systems theory can also be useful when understanding a client's crisis and how they can move forward. By using the systems theory, the client is able to see their support systems and maybe areas that are not helpful for their current situation. The whole process at Mission Lexington is a collaborative process. The client first signs in with the greeter, and the greeter determines the client's needs. After assessing the needs, the greeter gives the client the appropriate application to fill out. Once the application is complete, the greeter takes the application to the scanner. The scanner puts the information into the computer along with any other supporting documentation. After the scanner is finished, the application moves to an interviewer. The interviewer reviews the application and then brings the client in. If the client is requesting financial assistance, then the interviewer presents the case to the supervisor. The interviewer and the supervisor discuss the next steps for the client. This is usually more documentation to move the application forward or referring the client to another agency. Once the interview is complete and the client is gone, someone else does the back-end paperwork. This includes scanning the application into the computer along with any food and clothing cards used by the client. For financial applications that require more paperwork, the back-end scanner will document the paperwork to be returned by the client so we can keep a track of what they were given. It is necessary to review criteria for assistance during supervision meetings because criteria is always subject to change. For example, when I was at Mission Lexington last semester, it was possible to receive financial assistance twice in a lifetime as long as it was at least a year apart. However, now financial assistance is only available for people who have never received it in the past. This change is based on the funds and grants available. Many clients are not happy when they hear about this change because it is new and they do not know prior to seeking financial assistance for a second time. During the interview process, I work with the client to develop an action plan. This action plan is a collaborative process with the client for their future. Creating an action plan gives the opportunity for engagement, assessment, intervention, and evaluation. If the client returns back to us, we look back at their previous action plan to determine progress and where to go from there. This concludes the review of 10 competencies and how I apply them at Mission Lexington. Thanks for watching.